Delta. Tuned up and gassed. Check. Suitcases, TV, football, and blankets in the trunk. Check. Map to the cabin? Check. Worthless magnifying glass necklace, boxed up like actual jewelry and in my pocket? Check. Linda's gonna love it. She'll never take it off.
How's it going, team? This is the Brown Man. I hope all is well. So for today, I'm going to do a quick guide on the basics of combat and how to be a little bit more effective in combat and how to hold your own, and definitely be a bit more effective in team fights. Not every character can solo, just letting you know, but everyone can do their part in a team fight. So let's get into this, but I do want to say that I'm going to be going over specific combos with every single melee weapon in the game. It's going to take me a bit to compile that, but I will be going over which has the better armor values, when to light, when to heavy, what melee weapons in this game actually have a 4-hit combo. So each successive hit does a bit more damage than the previous hit. Light attacks do, we'll say, base damage or whatever the base damage is. Heavy attacks do double HP, balance bar, and dismemberment damage. I believe dismemberment damage as well. If I'm incorrect, someone can correct me. That is totally fair. This will allow you to gauge your risk. But I will say that the lumberjack axe and the staff actually have they have a decent amount of armor on them. Also the meat cleaver and the knife, just because of the speed, they have decent armor on them as well. So definitely those are just some shout outs before I do the long list of some weapons. And of course the cleaver isn't that effective, it's not that good of a weapon, but for my boy Evil Dead 1 Ash, it is gold when used it properly. So let's go, guys. The first thing that's going to be the most important, actually the most important thing rather, is pink F alignment. So first, right off the bat, stamina should be your first priority. Stamina, or investing in stamina rather, decreases the amount of stamina used for actions like running and dodging. So it's 10% per invest. Some classes have more invest than others. That is according to whatever character that you pick. So as you're watching this video, think about your main character and say, hey, how much pink F do I have? And how much can I invest rather in stamina? It's from, the value is from 2 to 5. So it'll be, for example, warriors typically have 2, supports typically have 3, leaders typically have 4, and hunters typically have 5 investment in stamina. As you go upward towards the 5th invest, you will actually get an increase in stamina regeneration. So that's pretty good. There are some magic numbers as you actually approach higher tiers of pink F. So that's a pink F that is important defensively and offensively, mostly defensively, but offensively as well, and we'll get into how so later. Another important thing for pink F, if you are a warrior, shield might be important to you because you don't have much stamina. If you have the maximum invest in shield, you will get 2 full shields with 1 amulet. So typically you get 1 full shield per amulet, but as a warrior you'll get 2. We'll go into some other stuff later about that. Also, we're going to have your offensive stat, of course, in combat. So if you are a melee focused character, then melee will be your main pink F investment for combat. The 3rd pink F investment grants you extra attack speed. 4th will give you that nice extra chunk of damage, and that 5th invest that typically warriors have will actually give you much more attack speed. Also, there will be the ranged counterpart. So there are some people who do melee damage and some people who do range damage primarily. Range damage, that third invest will give you reload reduction, so you can reload faster. That fourth invest will be a nice chunky bit of range damage, and that fifth invest will be a really steep reload reduction, allowing you to reload really fast. So that's just a breakdown of the Pink F. Stamina in this game allows you to run or dodge. So having access to more dodges allows you to evade more damage, which means you need to get healed less, use less resources, and be less of a drain on your support. So to be mindful that once again, hunters have upwards towards 5 Pink F investment in stamina, but warriors only have an invest of about 2, and with the exception also of being Old Man Cotton has 2 invest as well. And for those who don't know, that is my boy Brock. Brock is a slow leader who only has 2 investment as well in stamina. So you do want to be a little bit mindful in terms of doing certain things. When it comes to stamina, it's used once again for running or for dodging, and you're going to want to dodge would be heavy or high damage attacks. If you are a hunter, then you're going to want to dodge way more often because you have less health. It goes, yeah, they have less health. It's like 950 without industrial strength. If they have the 2 little Pink F invest in HP, they get crushed really fast. So you do want to be mindful to not get hit as much as possible. But if you have to get hit, there are going to be certain things you might want to eat, like some light attacks, maybe if you have to. But definitely, if you are on point, if you're on something, you're going to want to dodge out of the objective zone. Don't just dodge around, get the fuck out of the objective zone, so they have to drop the fight with you, or drop the aggression with you, most likely to pressure those in the zone. Or if that doesn't work, of course, dodge towards your teammates. But, hunters are a little squishy, so you do want to be mindful to dodge, or at least go in the direction of your warrior. So, once again, stamina is a lot more precious on hunters because of that low HP. You can dodge cancel moves, so we have, once again, light attacks and heavy attacks. So you can do a heavy dodge cancel into another heavy, just to make the heavies come out a little bit faster in a little bit of a shorter window. Just be mindful that, once again, if you're not using it to evade an attack, you're using it offensively to dodge, then what's going to happen is that you might not have much stamina to dodge with. If you are a warrior, you do not have much stamina, but that's okay. If you are able to dodge successfully and you have a window, you can pop an amulet, and that amulet will actually allow you to get 2 shields if you have the full shield invest. Once again, going back to the shield invest, and you can eat a hit or 2 while your stamina regenerates. So just be a little bit mindful of that. Different weapons have different armor values. Once again, I'm going to be going over each weapon specifically in a later video, but just be aware of your armor class. You can't spam heavies sometimes because they're going to be interrupted. You might have to do lights, or you might have to just jump back and shoot. It's all depending on your weapon class. Once again, having not the best armor like the sledge, or having some terrific armor that can break through many attacks like the lumberjack axe, is all dependent on your weapon. Balance bar is going to be the little white thing that is actually going to break very often before the HP or the health of the unit. Balance bar, once it is broken, the unit will be stunned. Use this time, whether if you're a support, if you have to drink a Shemps for your team, use this time to drink the Shemps or pop an amulet for your team. If you're a warrior, you can use this time to drink a Shemps or pop an amulet, whatever you have to do. Once again, no matter what class you are. Or you can use it to reload. Or, of course, get some space and get the fuck up out of there. All depends on the character and the situation. But once their balance bar are broken, that is your time to act and to reset. Dismemberment is not as important, but when it happens, it happens. When a unit is dismembered, they will do less damage to your team, which is pretty solid. This can count as a pseudo damage reduction. Of course, it happens so rarely, and oftentimes the health bar would actually break before dismemberment happens. But if you are in certain 1v1 situations, like you see my Evil Dead 1 Ash very often, dismemberment will happen before the HP bar before the HP bar is gone. Shield is something that, once again, you put it on, it goes over your health, and warriors get 2 with maximum and best. If you are playing Evil Dead 1 Ash, then if you pop a shield and you attack, you will heal underneath everyone's shield. If your team is shielded up and you're healing, then you will heal under the shield. You'll heal the team under the shield as Evil Dead 1 Ash as well. It is super clutch. Shields, you might want to apply it as you see fit. There might be some times where you might want to hold on to your shield and apply for certain specific threats like Evil Ash, who has anti-heal. So basically he hits you, you cannot heal. Amulets and stuff can be appropriate. Amulets also apply a lot quicker than Shemps. Shemps takes a couple of seconds versus an amulet. So you might want to pop an amulet if you don't have much room to breathe, if a unit is on you, just to take a hit or two. You also don't have to dodge all the time, and sometimes dodging and going into the negative will actually make it so that way stamina regenerates quick, slower rather. So pop an amulet, maybe take a hit or two, and then dodge and do something to safety, or double dodge something, and then drink your Shemps. It's all, once again, everything is according to the situation, but these are just some pointers for you. A gun, no matter what your class is, can be useful, even if you are a warrior. It might not do much damage, you might have dog shit damage, but the balance bar of your gun is untouched. No matter what class you are, you will consistently do the appropriate balance bar damage according to the weapon in your hands. So if you're a hunter, you'll still do balance bar damage with the melee. You don't have a reduction. If you are a warrior, you'll still do balance bar damage with your gun. So you do want to be mindful that if something is out of reach, you can still shoot as you probably regain stamina. If you don't have much, then engage. You can use the tracking on your melee weapon to drag you towards the target. Once again, it's all up to your preference, but just be mindful that guns have a use even on warriors. It shouldn't be your main offensive weapon, of course, but let's say a possessed unit is running at you, you can just save your stamina and just shoot from afar to build up some balance bar chip, because why the fuck not, right? Also with guns, if you are gun focused, you're going to want to learn how to dodge and shoot in between the dodges. That's going to be super fucking clutch. You can't eat attacks. This is not melee. You're not a melee character. So definitely learning some of the combos and some of the ways to dodge shoot is going to be super clutch if you are a gun focused character. So that be it for the basics of combat. Hope you guys stay safe, stay hydrated. Look forward to the next videos regarding specific demon classes, how to handle those demon classes, and of course weapons, their specific values. And that be it. Till next time, homie.